All right. Well, we're waiting for Billy. This was something I wanted to bring up with Billy, but let's just jump into it right now because I saw Billy actually made a comment on it, which I was going to bring up to him and see what he thought about this. But Razorfist has been ruffling some feathers lately. Was Bancroft's. Yeah. CG now. Yep, that was it. JD Kirby's in the house. Good to see you, man. Okay. Razorfist has been ruffling some feathers with this post. Now, this is not a shot at Razorfist whatsoever. In fact, I wouldn't even care who it was that said this. It's just, I saw this popping up now on X. I saw a lot of people engaging in this. And it's just one of those low-hanging fruit comments. And somebody said before that, maybe this was just engagement farming or whatever you want to say. You're just getting the reactions on X so you can get the shares, the comments, all that kind of stuff. And it all works good for your analytics and that shit. Maybe that's what it is. But when I see comments like this, and again, I don't care who says it. This has nothing to do with Razorfist whatsoever. But the comment is 90s art isn't as bad as you've been told. It's worse. And the example that is used is this Travis Charest art on this Robin book, Tragedy and Triumph. And I'm trying to think to myself, where is that opinion coming from that this is bad or worse art at all? When I look at this, you're looking at a young Travis Charest who was killing it at DC before he went to Wildstorm, and is still creating his style, still learning as you go. This is back in the era when you could be a young artist, come out, you can learn on the job, and you can grow. You can see the maturation process of the art as they went.
Nice word.
Yeah, thank you. Maturation process of the art as they went, and you saw them improve and improve. But here, look at this piece, an early piece for Travis Charest. I don't see bad art anywhere on this page, and even some of the stuff that they could bring out, like the Joker's face, I've seen people kind of try to push back on, be like, "Oh, the face is messed up" or whatever. Sean, what are we seeing on this page that is bad? And what are we seeing on this page is makes this so damn good that I can't understand why people would even think this is bad.
Look, first of all, I sound like I'm getting in my britches. First of all, this is the guy within a year of being an industry pro. So this is fresh.
Yeah.
This is fresh talent, and he is producing some top-notch quality work. Look, maybe the face is too stylized for Razorfist. To each their own. I've always thought it was cool. I thought it was different. I thought that it wasn't the classic Joker that I was used to, the Jose Luis Garcia Lopez. That's a hell of a name to pronounce. But it's awesome. It's beautiful. The composition, the rendering, the Batman mask, it has a very Michael Keaton-esque to it. If you took the Michael Keaton movie costume and made it comic book form, the background's awesome. The hatching, the rendering, the composition. It's a beautiful, beautiful piece. And maybe he's just, again, whatever the farming is, he's got planted seeds.
Content farming, yeah. Drama
content farming.
Yeah.
I gotta highly disagree. Highly disagree. This is a beautiful piece.
I would say I couldn't disagree more with the take here on this. Everything about this page or this cover is great. I mean, first off, the storytelling is great for being a Robin book. I mean, you got the Joker standing over what seems to be like a beat up Batman. It looks like his face has gotten a shot of the acid or whatever. Maybe it's on fire. Who knows? Robin is there trying to make the save. Got the classic Tim Drake costume right there. And yet, the Joker's face is a little bit more stylized. And I can see what people are saying. Maybe the forehead's a little big, the eyes are small, and whatever. Again, the guy was in his first few years as a professional artist, absolutely killing it. When people come out like this from the gate, that they're going to be badass. And what he developed into, nobody, were surprised to see where he went with his art. Same thing with Turner. When Turner came out of the gate with his first few issues that he would do, and then jump like a year later or whatever, and he's doing the Ballistic miniseries, you could tell right off the bat that dude was going to be a superstar just from how good they were right from the get-go. And
Turner jumped from doing background assistant stuff to doing posters and cards, and then he got like the fill-in issue on Strike Force and then the Ballistic. Like, that's a fast turnaround.
Yeah. 93 was when this was published, YSA. Paulus Arch says it's Kishi at best. Kishi. I don't know what that word is. Kache. I don't care for it, especially considering what Travis became. No, fair enough. Fair enough on that, because Travis would, I mean, his art style evolved so much over the years. To look at the Wildcats, X-Men Wildcats book he did. It was just off the chart with that style.
That's probably for me personally a top 3 most beautiful illustrated comic book ever.
Yeah, it was amazing. Absolutely amazing. But there is something, I love Travis's early work, especially when he got to Wildstorm and he took over Wildcats. Like, that's some of my favorite work of his. Like, yeah, people say, like, oh, he was kind of a Jim Lee clone. For sure, he was doing a house style, but he did it in a way, he had his own element to his art that made him stand out from Jim Lee, even though he had the Jim Lee isms. And it was, as a young reader, that was the kind of stuff that absolutely made me gravitate towards his style at that point. Dennis Kelly's in the house. Also, shout out to Tartan Ninja's in the house. He said, I can see a little of what you're saying, or what they're saying. The Batman looks like it's a cutout. So my thing with this is not jumping into this and saying, let's pick out all the things that are wrong with it. Because the things that are right about this outweigh everything that's wrong about this. And we could go through and we could pick everything to death about anybody's art. You could go in and be like, oh, this is off here, this is off here. Again, we're not looking for perfect art. What does the piece do for you when you see it? What is the first thought when you look at something like this? What does it do for you? Does it make you want to pick up the book? Does it make you excited? Or are you just fixating on bad? I don't even see how people can consider this bad art. It makes no sense to me, considering some of the art that you see today, even some of the art that you saw during this time that DC was putting out. And you get something like this is so stylized and so just clean and smooth. Who inked this? We got Richard Gradwell in the house. Says Scott Hannon. Oh, thank you, brother.
Okay, that makes sense.
Thank you. Good call on that. That's why I love the chat. So Scott Hannon inked this piece. We'll go with that. That works. Dude, Wildcats was amazing. Hellspawn was one of my favorite bad guy characters. That design was crazy. I was so happy he fought Superman in New 52 and was very wasted. It was a very wasted potential with him. Yeah, I hate all the stuff that came in DC, but the original Wildcats run that was in Image in Wildstorm, I absolutely love. So I'm right there with you. Black Spiders in the house. What's going on, man? Good to see you. We've got the time scales as well. Look at that.
Nice.
A lot of people coming in here. Good to see you guys. I like how the foreground disguises as the midground. The closer the Joker appears to move to the midground, it's blended well. Yeah, I think it's great.
Yeah,
I think it's for all the art that you could have picked in the 90s that you could have actually used as a good example of bad art, because there was bad art in the 90s. We sit here and we praise the 90s all the time. You guys know that if you follow this channel for as long as you have. But we're not saying that the entire decade had amazing art through and through, and every artist that was drawing did this amazing stuff. There were some stinkers. There was definitely some bad art out there. But to use this as an example for bad art, I don't get it. One bit.
Petty.
Yeah, it kind of is very petty. And again, that's why
he should have used Petty from Extreme Studios. I got this.
Oh. I get what you're saying. But I actually think this is drama farming. I don't think this is a real take. I think it's one of those things, you put it out there, you want to try to drum up some controversy because everything's good. Likes are good, shares are good, people getting mad and commenting, quote tweeting, all that stuff is good for your analytics. So I think that's really what this is, because this can't be a real take.
This is so good. I love it.
Yeah, it can't be a real take. Let me take that off the screen real quick, because when Billy, when I was waiting for him to get here, if he does get here, if not, we'll reschedule with him again. I know he's a busy guy. So no shade to Billy whatsoever. He's got a lot of stuff going on right here. But let me bring up his comments on this, because I thought he did. There are a few people that clapped back at Razor Fist in a way that I thought was not as polite. But Billy I thought he has a good take here. And Billy's always got a good head on his shoulders. He said, I have to respectfully disagree, Razor Fist, especially in the case of Travis Charest. Within a year or two of this post within a year or two of this post cover image, which perfectly captures the time and style of 1993, young Travis launched his craft into hyperspace, exceeding all peers and becoming one of the great comic book illustrators of all time. He is king and would continue to grow, aspire, and astonish. That is perfectly put by Billy.
Think about who we really wouldn't have, like Olivier Coipel, Steve McNiven, all those dudes. Like they're the student of Travis. We all are, but they hang their hat very heavy on his cup of soup, if you will.
Yeah, he was an influencer for sure. Mm-hmm. Yeah.